This is Manchester. They call it Cottonopolis, the warehouse of the Western world, the chimney of the empire. But to the people breathing in its thick, sulphurous air, it is simply the center of the universe. Look up. The sky here is not blue. It is a bruised, swirling canopy of charcoal and slate. The sun is merely a pale, diffused coin trying to push through a ceiling of smoke that never truly lifts. This is the smoke of progress, the exhaust of 1,000 furnaces burning day and night. It coats the grand Victorian Gothic buildings in a layer of velvet soot. It tastes of coal dust and money. To the outsider, it is choking, an apocalyptic vision of hell on earth. To the merchant, it is the sweet incense of industry. Every plume of black smoke rising from those forest-like chimneys represents a spindle turning, a loom crashing, and gold flowing into the banks on King Street. Walk with me down to the canal banks. The water of the Irwell is ink black, iridescent with oil and chemical dyes, indigo, crimson, toxic green swirling together in a psychedelic soup. It smells of wet wool and raw sewage, but it is the artery of the city. Here you see the true scale of the ambition, the Manchester Ship Canal. That impossible ditch, dug by the sweat of navvies, has turned this landlocked city into a seaport to rival any on the ocean. Look at the ships, great iron hulls looming over the terraced houses, masts tangling with telegraph wires. They carry bales of raw cotton from the American South, from Egypt, from India. They unload their white gold here, in the heart of the rain-soaked north, to be spun, woven, bleached, and sold back to the world. Now step inside. The noise hits you like a physical blow. The weaving sheds, a cavernous hall of deafening cacophony. Rows upon rows of cast-iron power looms stretching into the vanishing point, shuddering and clanking in a mechanical frenzy. The air inside is kept deliberately hot and humid to prevent the threads from snapping. It is a tropical jungle of steel. The air is thick with fluff, microscopic particles of cotton that fill the lungs and coat the hair and eyelashes of the workers like snow. You see the weavers? Mostly women, their faces set in focused determination, communicating across the roar not with words, but with a complex language of hand signals and lip reading. Memoing, they call it. They watch the shuttles fly back and forth at breakneck speeds, the kiss of death waiting for those who thread the shuttles by mouth. It is dangerous, exhausting, relentless work, but it is also a source of fierce pride. These women are the backbone of the British economy. They wear their shawls and clogs like armor.
Contrast this with the silence of the Royal Exchange. Walk a mile into the city center, past the horse-drawn omnibuses and the electric trams sparking on the overhead lines. Enter the Great Hall. It is vast, cathedral-like, with a high glass dome filtering the gray light. Here, thousands of men in top hats and frock coats stand in huddles on the trading floor. The noise here is different, a low, intense murmur, a hum of negotiation. Millions of pounds change hands on a nod, a handshake, a scribbled note. They check the prices on the telegraph boards. New York, New Orleans, Liverpool. If Manchester sneezes, the global textile market catches a cold. This is where the raw power of the mills is transmuted into dynasty-building wealth. These men build palaces of commerce, huge warehouses in the Italianate style that look more like Venetian palazzos than storage depots, lining the streets of Whitworth and Princess. They are monuments to the belief that Manchester is the new Rome. But the city is a creature of stark duality. Cross the road from the opulence of the town hall, that Gothic masterpiece with its spires reaching for the heavens, and you find the labyrinth of the slums, Angel Meadow, Ancoats. Here, the red brick turns black with grime. The alleys are narrow, dark and slick with rain. Families of 10 cram into 2 damp rooms. The poverty is visceral. You see barefoot children playing stick and hoop in the gutter, their faces smudged, their eyes sharp and knowing. You smell the boiling of tripe, the stale beer from the corner pubs, the damp rot of overcrowding. Yet there is a vibrancy here that wealth cannot buy. The street life is theater, the hawkers shouting their wares, the rag-and-bone men, the knocker-uppers with their long poles tapping on bedroom windows to wake the shift workers. There is a community spirit forged in the furnace of hardship. They share loaves of bread. They look after each other's kin. On a Saturday afternoon, the tribal roar shifts to the football grounds, Bank Street or Hyde Road, where the rivalry between City and United begins to cement itself into the DNA of the population. And underneath the soot, the mind of the city is sharp and rebellious. This is not a place that follows, it leads. Walk past the university buildings. In these red brick laboratories, history is being rewritten. Young men and women are peering into microscopes and telescopes. Soon, right here on Oxford Road, Ernest Rutherford will split the atom and change the nature of reality forever. The city is a crucible of radical thought. You can hear it in the speeches at the Free Trade Hall. You can see it in the eyes of a small woman named Emmeline Pankhurst. In the parlor of her home on Nelson Street, a revolution is brewing. The suffragettes, deeds, not words. The anger of the women in the mills is being channeled into a political force that will shake the foundations of the establishment. Manchester is the birthplace of the labor movement, the home of free trade, the jagged edge of the sword of progress. It is a city that refuses to be quiet.
As evening falls, the gas lamps flicker to life, casting long, dancing shadows on the wet pavement. The smog settles lower, wrapping the city in a mysterious, heavy cloak. The pubs, the Britain's protection, the Peveril of the Peak, glow with warm yellow light, spilling the sounds of piano and singing into the street. Inside, the air is thick with pipe smoke and the smell of bitter ale. The workers wash the cotton dust from their throats. The conversation is loud, brash, funny and cynical. It is the Mancunian wit, a defense mechanism against the rain and the grind. The trams rattle home. The great chimneys finally slow their breathing, though they never truly stop. The city shifts gears. It is a terrifying, magnificent, ugly, beautiful monster of a place. It is the shock city of the age. To stand in Manchester in the 1900s is to stand at the bow of a ship sailing violently into the future. It is a place where the old world is being ground down to make the new, where the human cost is high, but the human spirit is indestructible. It is the hammer and the anvil. It is the rain that never stops and the fire that never goes out. This is Manchester. And tonight, as the foghorns bellow from the docks and the clock on the town hall strikes the hour, you realise that there is nowhere else on earth that feels quite so alive. This city doesn't just produce cotton, it produces the 20th century. Every brick has a story. Every cobblestone has soaked up a drop of sweat or a tear of frustration. From the thunderous floors of the mills to the hushed libraries of Chetham's, there is a relentless energy. It is an aggression, a drive to build, to expand, to dominate. The Victorian era is dying, and the Edwardian sun is rising. But here, the seasons are measured in production quotas and shipping manifests. It is a harsh mother, this city. It demands everything you have. It will work you until your back breaks and your lungs fill with dust. But in return, it gives you an identity. It brands you. You are part of the machine now. You are part of the engine that turns the world.